we say good morning to you. Welcome back, I guess what I would tell you, and you can tell me the same thing. We're live here again for this Food City Friday. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours live at Food City in Jonesboro, oldest town in Tennessee, broadcasting live and getting you ready for New Year's weekend. As, of course, you know, New Year's Eve's on Sunday, New Year's Day's on Monday. Big day for college football, Michigan, Alabama, Texas, and Washington. Of course, got bowl games going on today. We'll tell you all about that. We've got also college basketball, high school basketball, the Arby's Classic, and the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic, I should say. So all that coming up. We'll talk more about that. Jeff Beverly joins us a bit later on to give us a preview of the Citrus Bowl, Tennessee and the Iowa Hawkeyes, with a lot of defections now from the Tennessee football team. As you know, Joe Milton and the two big star running backs not going to play. I don't get it, but it's way beyond my pay grade, I guess, or way above my pay grade. But to have Joe Milton on the sideline to watch it but not play, I just don't get that. But I don't know why. Well, doesn't matter what I think, but I just don't understand it. So if you're going to go to that point, to stand on the sideline, just suit up and play, dude. You're there. You know, give us one more game. He's not. So Nico gets a chance to start, which is pretty exciting for the Vol fans to see if he lives up to his billing. He's a freshman, probably make, some mistakes early on. He'll grow as the game goes, and so pretty exciting to see Nico get a chance to get a start. But again, that'll be for the Citrus Bowl, and Jeff will give us a preview of that. And transfer portal, recruiting, men's college basketball for the Tennessee Vols are off until after the new year. So it's exciting time, busy time. Lots going on in the world of sports. NFL, big game last night. The Browns punched their ticket to the playoffs. They beat the hapless Jets, and so that'll be the start of a big weekend of NFL football, trying to nail down even closer who's going to make it to the playoffs. And my boys still have a chance. Did you see it on Christmas Day? The Raiders. Oh, baby. Beat the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes had a temper tantrum. And Big Kelsey had a temper tantrum. Maybe Taylor calmed these Jets later after the game. I don't know. It's interesting. When you're winning, everybody's doing good. When you lose, a little adversity, you see people throw hissy fits. So, anyway, the Raiders beat the Chiefs. Big weekend coming up in NFL football, no question. Got two great matchups, one tomorrow night. We'll tell you all about that as well. First, let's get it started with the national anthem, as we always do. And let's bring in, how about the Kingdom Heirs? That would be a good one to start with. The group out of Dollywood, gracious enough to record this for me, so I appreciate that. Show number 1991, as you see on the screen. We're working our way to 2000. We got a big celebration coming up next month, so we are working on that. Emmy is, and Carrie is, or are, it's better English, and so we'll talk more about that too as we get closer to the show number 2000 of the Tom Douglas Sports Show. May not mean a thing to you out there, but I love it. I'm very proud of it. It's been a lot of peaks and valleys. How about that? Setbacks, absolutely. Good things, absolutely. So, and we'll talk more about that. Here are the Kingdom Heirs. We are here, of course, at Food City. It's deals for days at all Food City locations heading into the New Year's, almost said July 4th, the New Year's weekend. You got russet potatoes, snow crab clusters on sale. You've got down on this end, you got Gordo's cheese dip, Food Club large eggs, black-eyed peas on sale from Lux, Totino's pizza rolls, Stouffer's family-sized meals, all that and a whole lot more in the sale paper. Deals for days at all Food Cities. We're here today at Food City in Jonesboro.
1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
And back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show again. We're live at Food City in Jonesboro on a Food City Friday. Let's see. In-store made one-topping pizzas in the deli at all Food Cities, 2 for $10 today and tomorrow. Russet potatoes, $3.99, 10-pound bag. Hello, Melanie. Kiss My Grits. Mel's with us. By the way, I had a blast. Hello, young lady. How are you? Had a blast ringing the bells for the Salvation Army. Was it last Friday? I guess it's all running. Yeah, last Friday. London and I went out there and rang the bells along with Teresa Tig. She had to. She started it. We finished it, and so had a great visit with a lot of folks. Put in a lot of money in the kettle. Don't know how much we raised, but every penny we did, all the change brings change. So thanks to Melanie and, gosh, Austin, and of course Captain Benny. Not met his wife, but Mrs. Benny, Mrs. Captain Benny. So thank you for all you all did for the Salvation Army. Now, everybody says, whoo, it's over. No, it's not over. It's year-round. So we're going to continue to try and help them throughout the year. So, but I am curious as to what kind of money we raise. So she's supposed to let me know, and hopefully she does. All right, russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for $3.99. You have today and tomorrow snow crab clusters, $6.99 at all Food Cities. You're a Coca-Cola connoisseur. You've got 24-pack, 12-ounce cans for $8.99. Food Club large eggs, 2 for $5, 18 count. You have Stouffer's family-sized meals, $6.99 today and tomorrow at all Food Cities. There it is. You have Gordo's cheese dip, $3.99. Lux black eyed peas, 69 cents a can. Old El Paso dinner kits for $1.99. Totino's pizza rolls for $7.49. Some of the specials today and tomorrow at all Food City locations. All right, college football. Let's take a look at it. Games from yesterday. Boston College or SMU 23-14. Boston College 23rd ranked, SMU 24th ranked. Rutgers beat Miami by 7. Kansas State or NC State 28-19. They're all kind of run together. I mean, it's kind of a blur, really. So, and Arizona beat Oklahoma. 14th ranked Arizona upsetting 12th ranked Oklahoma by 2 touchdowns, 38-24. So, did you see the game? I don't know what day it was. As I said, they all run together. But where the guy runs across the field and sucker punches the guy, please tell me he'll never play again. Please tell me. This guy will never play another game. He shouldn't. South Alabama's 59-10 win over Eastern Michigan. And happened on Saturday, last Saturday. The 68 Ventures Bowl. When a post-game fight erupted, it was a fight, but it was a result of someone being a complete idiot. Eastern Michigan defensive back Corey Hernandez, who is an idiot, rushed to South Alabama's side of the field. Have you seen the video? I'm going to get Kerry to pull it up. We'll have it for Tuesday. We're back on the air Tuesday from Poor Trav's Deli. Eastern Michigan defensive back Corey Hernandez rushed to South Alabama's side of the field. Now, they're over there up, and they're playing the alma mater, so the football team's looking up in the stands with their backs to Eastern Michigan. This guy runs across the field while the team is facing the marching band and singing the school's alma mater after the win. He just comes up, just sucker punches the opposing players, the other guy on the other team. Well, to say the least, which is what he should have done, we defend our side of the field, do we not? I would think. And so, there's a fight breaks out, and it should have. Multiple members of both teams were involved in the extracurricular activities before the fight was eventually broken up. South Alabama's players, everything got restored and came back out on the field a few minutes later to get the trophy presentation. So, Eastern Michigan coach says, I saw the intensity of what had just happened. Yeah. We had a really good long talk in the locker room afterwards. Oh, you should have. The guy should have been thrown out of the locker room. This is me talking. Don't even get on the bus, go back home. What an embarrassment to what you've done. Just run across the field and punch this guy. There's no finger point. There's no smack talking, trash talking, whatever you want to call it. They would turn around and they're looking up in the stands and they're playing the school's alma mater. He came up, number one, he was gutless because he blindsided the guy. If you're going to hit somebody, be a man and go up and hit him. Don't go up and hit him from behind. That's a wimp if you're going to do it. So, anyway, I watched that about 10 times. I thought, are you kidding me? But anyway, Eastern Michigan says, Scott Weatherby, the athletic director, we strongly condemn the actions of some of the student athletes on the football team. Yeah, deeply upset. You should be. Have him turn in his stuff. Use him as an example for college football. Man, I got fired up, and I thought, are you kidding me? I mean, something's wrong about that. Anyway, what happened was completely unacceptable. We apologize to the Eastern Michigan community and to the South Alabama team and their fans. Yep. Please turn in your stuff as you exit the locker room, please. We don't need you on our football team. You're going to act like an idiot, which is what he was. Corey Hernandez is the boy's name. Moron. So, unacceptable. All right. Feel better. Here's what's got to happen. You know this, and I know this. At some point, somebody's got to step up and go, okay, we ain't taking this anymore. We are not going to allow this to happen. So if you do it, okay. But believe you me, there will be consequences of your choices to the nth degree. That's what should happen. Just like we were talking over the Christmas, talking to folks about getting consequences for your choices when you mess up. Leave it at that. And it's exactly what should have happened. I got a whipping. You got a whipping? Oh, you're not supposed to whip. Well, I won't get into all that, but we got disciplined for what we did wrong. This guy needs to be shown, and I'm not saying they haven't. They may have already kicked him off the team. I don't know. But you can't let this continue to happen. You've got somebody, NCAA, somebody's got to step up and go, okay, if you do it, okay, but here's what's going to happen. So we'll see. Anyway, sad ending to the football game. Of course, South Alabama killed them. And that's probably part of it. They, got their feelings hurt. They got beat 59-10. They got run off the field, quite frankly. Eastern Michigan did, but still, you just don't do that. You just don't do that. All right, bowl games today. Let's move on. Gator Bowl at noon. Should be a good one. Clemson, Kentucky in Jacksonville at 2 o'clock today. Notre Dame, Oregon State in the Tony the Tiger Bowl in El Paso. Liberty Bowl this afternoon in Memphis. Memphis, baby. Iowa State and Memphis. Home game for the Tigers. Music City Bowl today at 2 o'clock in Nashville. Maryland and Auburn. And then also at 4:30. Nope, I'm sorry. Jumped again. Those are tomorrow. I'm sorry. Back up. 3 today. You've got, Liberty Bowl, Iowa State, Memphis. Tony the Tiger Bowl, Notre Dame, Oregon State. And Clemson, Kentucky at noon in the Gator Bowl. So we'll give you updates on that. It starts in about 30 minutes. So we'll keep you posted on that. Now, tomorrow, I'm sorry, I got one more tonight, too. You got the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. This is under the New Year's Six bowl games. Cotton Bowl, 7th-ranked Ohio State, 9th-ranked Missouri tonight. So that'll be at 8 o'clock. So you have a quadruple header. Gator Bowl, Tony the Tiger Bowl, Liberty Bowl, and then tonight the Cotton Bowl. So that's what you got going on tonight. Tomorrow, Peach Bowl and the Orange Bowl, and the Music City Bowl and the Arizona Bowl. You got 4 tomorrow. Tomorrow, Nashville, 2 o'clock, Maryland, Auburn. Arizona Bowl at 4:30, Toledo and Wyoming. Heart be still. Whew. I'll be dialed into that one with some Food City snacks. Watching, who was it? Toledo and Wyoming? Not a chance. Peach Bowl tomorrow. Penn State, Ole Miss. Yeah, that'll be a good ball game. The Hurt Feelings game tomorrow night. Florida State and Georgia. Strickler, who's going to be here in a minute, our store manager, is a Florida State fan, and I'm sure he'll have lots to say about the Seminoles playing tomorrow night against Georgia. And then, of course, coming up on Monday, the big boys are in. It's big boy football on Monday. Rose Bowl at 5 o'clock, Michigan, Alabama. Sugar Bowl at 8:30, Washington, Texas. Who's going to win? Who do you think? Who do you want to win? Everybody I've talked to, or most people I've talked to over the Christmas break, they can't stand Alabama, but they can't stand Michigan even more, so they're pulling for the Crimson Tide. And then I've heard back and forth between Texas and Washington. I got some folks say that Washington's a sleeper, that they're going to be better than we think, and they're going to surprise Texas. I don't know. So, anyway, you tell me what you think. I'd love to hear what you think, Alabama and Michigan or Texas and Washington. All right, Alabama taking extra measures to avoid any signal stealing. What they've done, Alabama said, they used to send, up to this point, they would allow the players to go back to their rooms or apartments or whatever and have film sent to them on their iPads so they can watch at the house and, do scouting and all that. Players no longer able to do that as they prepare for the game. So Not only does Alabama appear to have instructed its players to avoid using their iPads for film study, the team is not uploading the practice film to players' devices anymore. Instead, they got to come to the practice facility and sit down and watch it in the room, which I don't see anything wrong with that. So I didn't realize you could go. I guess I'm out of touch. They sent the film to the players in their apartments and their condos and their iPads to watch, and so they're going to eliminate that to avoid a chance of signal stealing. There you go. Hey, we're back. We're glad to be back. It was a great time off. Recharged the battery. Got some new things coming next year. We'll be back with you on the 2nd with a full week. We got basketball. Got triple headers next week. We've got Cyclones and Dobbins Minute on Tuesday. We have the Cyclones and Sullivan East in the conference opener next Friday, a week from tonight, at John Treadway Place. Will be rocking. East coming to town, big rival. And then next Saturday, we've got a doubleheader with Happy Valley's guys and the Cyclone boys. So Tuesday, girls only, DB, JV, and varsity. Then you have, as we said, Elizabethton and East cranking it up on Friday of next week. And then next Saturday will be the boys only against Happy Valley. All three of those games, doubleheaders, will be at John Treadway Gymnasium. So there you go. All right, quick break. As we go to the break, these are on sale. Everything Christmas on sale at Food City. This is pretty cool. If you like these are a big hit at Christmas. Here's a Reese Cups candy cane for less than $2 right now at all Food Cities. Here's a Hershey's Candy Cane Kisses. This is the Reese Cups. These are the Hershey Candy Cane Kisses for less than $2. Got some here left, not many. You have the M&M's, M&M's Candy Cane. And also, you've got the Hot Tamales Fierce Cinnamon Red Hots candy canes. These guys are on sale, and the most you're paying for any of these is $2. Good deal right now. So if you want to get some post-Christmas candy for the kids or for yourself, whatever, that would be the way you'd want to do it. So, hey, we're live at Food City in Jonesboro. NFL last night, the Browns punched their ticket to beating the hapless Jets 37-20, so the Browns are in and behind Joe Flacco. What a Cinderella story by Flacco. I mean, this guy's led this team, and he's got them into the playoffs. You've got a big weekend coming up, big football game tomorrow night, the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions in Dallas. Big game in the NFC. Then you got Baltimore and Miami playing in the AFC on Sunday. That's a biggie, too. We'll go down through all the NFL games coming up. Everything 50% off. This little guy's half off. I'm not even sure who it is. Strickler will know. He'll say, Tom, you don't know who this is? No, I don't know who this is. Anyway, he's half off. Here is the Reese's miniature Christmas tree. While supplies last, this is half off at all Food Cities. And we got one more here. This is Scooby-Doo. Stuffed animal Scooby-Doo. Does he do anything? Let's see. I think he does. Try me. He plays Jingle Bells. He's half off. Or Scooby-Doo. So he's half off at all Food Cities while supplies last. And then last but not least, Carrie Taylor would enjoy this. She and Tucker went to Disney over the break. Mickey got some Disney hand towels that are half off right now through the 2nd. Everything Christmassy, 50% off at all Food Cities. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at the National Football League, and Strickler joins us, our store manager, coming up. We're live here at Food City in Jonesboro, the Food City Friday. Off on Monday and back at it. Ready to go next Tuesday at Poor Trav's Deli. Then we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Then we're going to be back at Food City next week. So we've taken some time off. My battery's recharged. I'm ready. Whew. I know this sounds crazy. I miss being here. I really did. I enjoyed it for a couple of days, and I thought, I'm ready to come back. So we's here. We'll be right back talking the National Football League, the NFL next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
All right. We ready for story time? Yes, Warren?
Mrs. Turner, for your last day, we would like to tell the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in this town, a little girl named Meredith Turner was born. And she grew up right here.
She went to this very school and graduated right here. She went away for a short time to learn to be a teacher.
But she came back to teach right here.
She got married and raised a family right here. Our moms and dads had you as their teacher right here.
And we do too. So right here, we'd all like to say,
We love you, Mrs. Turner!
Help from Fred Goodwin. Here we go. Take it away.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy had come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Oh, Mary, did you know?
Half off events going on now at Cannon's Furniture. Take half off or more on your new furniture, plus get 0% interest financing. Savings on every bedroom, living room, dining room, every room of your home. Take half off. Going on now at Cannon's Furniture in Elizabeth.
And back on the Tom Miller Sports Show, we are live here at Food City in Jonesboro on a Food City Friday. Thank you for being with us. You know, you never know how good the water tastes. The well goes dry. I'll just tell you. I didn't, I really, it sounds cheesy and corny, but I really did miss hanging out with you guys. So glad I'm back just for one day, and then we're going to be back on, as we said, come back taking New Year's off, and we'll be back ready to roll for sure. Coming up on the 2nd, we'll be, as we said, we'll be on the road at Port Chaps Deli in Elizabethton. Hello, Ryan. How you doing, sir? Thanks for watching the show. We'll run over the Arby's Classic coming up here in a few minutes and the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic. NFL football tomorrow night should be a dandy. NFC, Detroit should be a playoff preview, I would think. I would think these two teams will see each other again in the playoffs. The Cowboys at 10-5, hosting the Detroit Lions at 11-4 tomorrow night in Big D. On Sunday, the two big games, or big game I should say, Miami 11-4 will be at Baltimore 12-3. That's a biggie in the AFC. That's another playoff preview, I would think. Other games on Sunday, early games: Arizona 3-12 at Philadelphia 11-4. Eagles trying to get it going. Jalen Hurts has had some adversity, and he kind of went off. So it's interesting. I found it very interesting. Mahomes. What I liked was Kelsey threw his helmet the other day, and a little staff member or whatever ran over to get it and handed it off to him. Andy Reid said, "No, don't give him that helmet. Let me give it to him." So they had a few words. Hello, Mary Ellen Malone. Mary Ellen Malone in the hills of Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Thank you, dear. Hope you do too. Classmate. Funny lady. Gosh, she was funny back in the day. Sarcastic, dry sense of humor. She just rip you and make you laugh. Funny lady. So one of our great classmates from high school, Mary Ellen Malone, back in West Virginia watching. Thank you. Philadelphia 11-4. Atlanta 7-8. The Falcons will be in Chicago to battle the Bears on Sunday. The Bears were 6-9. Carolina, awful year, 2-13. In Jacksonville to battle the Jags at 8-7. Also on Sunday, the Rams 8-7 against the Giants 5-10 in New York. New England 4-11. Is Belichick stepping away? We'll see. Belichick and the Patriots 4-11. Playing at Buffalo at 9-6. Haven't checked the Buffalo weather forecast. There's going to be snow. New Orleans 7-8 will be at Tampa Bay 8-7 on Sunday. San Francisco 11-4 in Washington to battle the Commanders, who are 4-11. The Titans will travel to Houston. Tennessee at 5-10. Houston at 8-7. Big ball game in Seattle. The Steelers 8-7, still hanging for a playoff spot. They'll be in Seattle to battle the Seahawks. They too are 8-7. The Bengals will be in Kansas City. Go Bengals. Wow, I loved it. Man, I loved it. The Raiders beat the Chiefs. That's like Alabama, Auburn. That's like West Virginia, Pitt. That's like you pick the big rivalry. Florida State, you pick them. Ohio State, Michigan. The Raiders in Kansas City, they can't stand each other. We went to their field and beat them. Like a drum. I loved it. Well, not like a drum. We beat them. Chargers 5-10 at Denver 7-8. Let me gloat. Let me enjoy it because we're usually bad. Chargers at 5-10. Denver at 7-8. And then on Sunday night, a couple of 7-8 teams in Minnesota, the Vikings and the Packers. Teams that have punched their ticket to the playoffs. 3 in so far of the AFC, Miami, Baltimore, and Cleveland. Again, the Dolphins and the Ravens play each other on Sunday in Baltimore. NFC, the Eagles, the Cowboys, Detroit, and San Francisco. And as we told you, the Lions and the Cowboys play each other on, or I should say tomorrow night in Dallas. It'll be a really good football game. So a lot of teams up in the air, including the Raiders. My boys will be in Indianapolis on Sunday. They've won 2 in a row. They're 7-8. They still got a chance to get to the playoffs. We've won 2 straight under this interim coach. The Colts are 8-7. The big buzz is in Vegas that Jim Harbaugh's going to leave Michigan under all this scrutiny he's under and all this turmoil and come to be the head coach of the Raiders. We'll see. Indianapolis 8-7. They're 3-4 at home. The Raiders have won 2 in a row, and they're 2-5 on the road this year. So you would give the nod to the Colts, but I'm a Raiders guy. Win, lose the time, a Raiders will die. So hopefully the Raiders can win and make it a better chance to get into the playoffs. We'll see. We're live at Food City, again, on sale at all Food City locations, 150 stores now. We continue to grow. We're really making a big presence in Alabama. Chocolate chip cookies baked fresh daily, $2.99 at the Bakery Deli for New Year's weekend. Basket and bushel blueberries for $2.99. Love me some blueberries. Man, what I'd love somebody make me some blueberry pancakes. Whoo, me oh my. Love blueberry pancakes. Little Debbie's Big Pack Snack Cakes, $2.99, limit 4. Nature's Best cooked shrimp today and tomorrow at all Food Cities. 41 to 50 count, 2-pound bag for $13.99. Coffee Mate Creamer, $4.99. Folgers Classic Roast Coffee, $7.99, 22-ounce container, limit 2. Food Club deli-style cheeses for $1.88 a pack today and tomorrow. And, oh boy, this jumps out at me. I'll load up on this. Progresso soups. Oh, love Progresso soup. Look right there. 3 for $5, limit 12. Big old grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, me oh my. And a bowl of Progresso soup. Chase it with some, I don't know, some water, some whatever. Diet Dew. Woo, doggy, that's good there now. Limit 12, by the way. 3 for $5. Limit 12 at all Food Cities today and tomorrow. So, there you go. All right, first game up, Gator Bowl starts in 15 minutes. Clemson and Kentucky. We'll keep you in touch with that. We're here to 1 o'clock. We're live here at Food City in Jonesboro. The bowl bonanza continues. So, as I said earlier in the show, I hope if they have any kind of kahunas, they will discipline this guy that went over and started that fight for Eastern Michigan. So, got to do it. Got to make an example. You can't run across the field and just haul off and hit somebody. I mean, you can, but on the street when you do that, you're going to go to jail. It's real simple. If I went up and hit this guy coming right here right now, I wouldn't. He's a big old size boy. If I just hauled off and just mail sack one of these guys in here, somebody's going to call the police. I'm going to jail. For real simple. It's called assault. So, anyway, we're talking about the guy that, if you missed it earlier in the show, ran across the field and sucker punched. The best part I like, he was gutless because he came up and hit him from behind. Really? If you're going to be a man, if you're going to do that, man up and hit them where they can see you so they can defend themselves. So the football team, here I am going on it again, South Alabama, facing this way in the stands, and they're playing the alma mater, the band's playing the alma mater. And Corey Hernandez, who's gutless, runs across the field from Eastern Michigan and sucker punches a guy from behind. Now, growing up in the hills of West Virginia, kind of the rule of thumb was if you're going to hit a man, at least give him a chance to defend himself and come up and hit him in the face. I mean, face him and hit him. I'm not advocating this to happen at all, but to run across the field and hit this guy from behind, he's got his back to the team, Eastern Michigan, and they're singing up in the stands to the band that's singing the alma mater. Gutless. Anyway, I hope for all I know, they've already kicked him off the team. They should have. I wouldn't have let him even fly back on the team. I just wouldn't have done it. What an embarrassment to our school, our football team, our fan base. You know, so anyway, I've said all I'm going to say. It's inexcusable. Somebody's got to, and I guess it's the NCAA. Somebody's got to go. We got to set a precedent. Now, they did. They upped the ante. When you run out on the field after the football game, you storm the field, you're going to pay a bigger fine. So that's kind of been curtailed because they put some teeth into the penalty. It was too easy, apparently, because it happened a lot last year. This year, I don't know how many times it's happened, but it's a big fine on the home team. I know they've already disciplined the guy. I've been off. I just know what I saw, and I thought, inexcusable, the actions of this guy. All right, 4 bowls today. You got the Gator Bowl starting here in a few minutes. 2 o'clock, Notre Dame, Oregon State, and the Tony the Tiger Bowl in El Paso. At 3:30 this afternoon, Iowa State and Memphis, baby. The Liberty Bowl, Memphis, very much a home game. Then the Cotton Bowl tonight. That would be Ohio State and Missouri. The Cotton Bowl tonight in Arlington, Texas. That's your 4 bowls for today. Of course, Tennessee on the field tomorrow. The Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida. The Citrus, I'm sorry, it's on New Year's Day, my bad. New Year's, as I said earlier, he's not going to play. This is the starting quarterback, Tennessee, for those of you out of the area like Mary Ellen. He's the starting quarterback for the Tennessee football team. He's not going to play, but he's going to be on the sideline to cheer us on. Okay. Joe, buddy, just either you is or you ain't. And apparently you ain't, so. But everybody seems to be okay with it. We'll see what Jeff Beverly says at the bottom of the hour. He'll join us with the Citrus Bowl preview and get his take. Maybe I'm all wrong. I just think if you're going to, number one, you ought to be there playing. But to say, okay, I'm not going to come play, but I'll come on the sideline and hang out with my brothers, my boys, my buds, whatever you want to call them, teammates. I've heard them called bros, buds, whatever. Teammates would probably be the correct way to describe them, but be that as it may, I'm going to come stand on the sideline, but I'm not going to play. And I can play. It's not that he's hurt. He just doesn't want to play. He wants to get ready for the NFL draft. So again, it's Tom Taylor talking. The NCAA and the NFL need to get together and go, okay, we got to cut this out. So, and the NFL is not going to do that, I don't guess, or they would have done it by now. Maybe they will. Maybe all these guys sitting out of the ball game. Texas A&M, had an interim coach. Mike Yalco's coming on board, so he's trying to get his staff in there and get ready to go. And so a lot of the guys are transferring out, so they played with a skeleton team. I mean, it's become a joke, really. I mean, these bowl games. I don't know how many guys are sitting out of Clemson, Kentucky, or any of these games today, but I mean, it just waters it down for me. It's like, why am I going to watch this? And well, just like Tennessee playing, the 2 running backs and the quarterback, with all the playing time this year, aren't going to play. So you'd have to think at this point you give an advantage to Iowa because 3 of our offensive weapons are not going to play. Now, the other mindset of that is next man up. Tom Taylor's not playing. Rob Fritz is watching. Rob Fritz, you're going in. Or Rob, you ain't playing. Tom, you're playing. Next man up. Nico's going to be the quarterback. Everybody's excited about Nico being the quarterback. So we'll see. It gives him a chance to step up. So there's 2 sides to this. But I just, from the loyalty standpoint, we gave you 4 years. We paid you for a college. Gave you the best of the best for 4 years. Your training table, I mean, you eat like a king. You have everything handed to you on these big schools. And as a thanks, we get down close to the NFL Combine, and I'll say, I'm not going to play. I'm going to take care of me. But we took care of you for 4 years. Wrong. All right. Back after this, we are anxiously awaiting the arrival of our store manager. It's busy in here, and I understand he's got a store to run. But we'll see what he's got coming up right after this. We're live at Food City in Jonesboro. We'll take a look at college basketball next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Hi, this is Greg Salyer. Join me every Wednesday at noon here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show as we talk Major League Baseball. Baseball news both on and off the field. Wednesdays at noon here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Gary Rice.
Gary Rice. Some Christmas music here. Take it away, Mr. Fred.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of my dear Savior's birth. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine.
Winter is coming around the corner, and tell us how we can get things winterized here with help from Big John's Closeouts.
Well, you know, as the weather changes, people start noticing, where their heat's going and where their electric bills are going to be soaring. So there's a lot of ways that you can sort of help address that and also do some preventative maintenance so you don't have issues when it does get very, very cold. And we know it's going to be consistently cold later on as we get farther into the year. One of the biggest areas where people, lose a lot of their heat and have difficulties is with their windows or their doors, but primarily their windows. You've got so many openings in your house where your windows are, and if you've got older wood windows or aluminum windows or windows that have been there a long time that have not been updated with the newest, manufacturing processes and all the bells and whistles that go with it, then, it may be a time when you want to look at replacing your windows. And we can get, replacement windows from Silverline, and that's just a little brochure that Tom can hold up there. We can order these windows with all kind of different types of glass, from regular just plain insulated glass to low E glass to, more energy efficient glass with argon and things in there. We can also get these with different type of grill patterns, so you can do a prairie look or just a colonial look in the grills to sort of dress it up a little bit. You can get full screens, you can get half screens, you can get just about anything you want within every quarter of an inch made in these windows. And so they'll fit right in. You can get fairly close to your rough opening, so you don't have to do a lot of filling in. You don't have to do a lot of modification as far as that goes, and they're very well priced. And they're running probably around 3 weeks out. Now, that can vary as you get closer in the holidays, because you're going to have Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's going to slow some of your manufacturing down. But, there's other things that you can do to help, to look out for potential problems. Something as simple as just faucet covers. Your outside faucets, they're on the front and the back of the house. When it gets down, way below freezing and stuff of that nature, it's important you remove your water hose from it, so if they're a freezeless faucet, they can drain. But you can also put these little foam covers over them to help seal those off. It's a lot easier to put a $3.79 faucet cover on than it is to have to replace a faucet and try to redo your plumbing as far as that goes. Foam pipe insulation, that's a good way, especially pipes that run close to the exterior walls or foundation of your house. They should be insulated. It should be covered with some heat tapes to go on there, especially ones that are really close to maybe where there's drafts or things of that nature that can't be helped. When you start thinking about insulating floors and ceilings and adding insulation. We've got Owens Corning insulation, that we're very proud to be a seller of. Everything from R13 all the way up to R38 and above in different widths, either 15 or 23 inch wide. We've got it here at Big John's. When you're looking at foam tape and weather stripping for around your doors and other things where there's drafts and things where the old weather strips wore out or it's not there anymore, we've got that. So we've got just about anything you need, caulking, whatever, to make sure that you can get your house ready for winter and the colder weather and the wind that's going to be blowing to save you money.
Hours are open.
We're here from 7:30 to 6, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, closed on Sunday.
Social media.
You can find us at www.bigjohnscloseouts.com. Also, experts with an S at bigjohnscloseouts.com. Or if you'd like, you can even email me at Mike, M-I-K-E, at bigjohnscloseouts.com.
And a phone number.
423-542-4755.
One of our great sponsors, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports, where they hammer high prices. Mike Barnett and the folks out here at Big John's Closeouts here in downtown Elizabethton. Boom. No, I'm not Steve Strickler. But he is. America, get ready. Hello, Steve Strickler. How you doing?
And a Merry Christmas to everyone. And
Okay.
hopefully a pleasant and happy New Year.
Amen.
Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came down the other day, did a little shopping. I said, where's my man at? Actually, I said, where's my daddy? And they all said, you mean Steve? I said, yeah. Where's my father at? He's back in the kitchen. He's making candy trays. I walked in. You were slinging candy trays.
Making candy trays and party trays and any kind of festive entree that customers want.
Yeah.
This is the time of year to buy it.
He is the king of festive, folks. No question.
I know, I need my Santa hat on.
You do, but that's okay. So we're going to run down these bowl games, see what you think. Clemson, Kentucky, the Gator Bowl starting in about 3 or 4 minutes. You like Clemson or Kentucky in Jacksonville, Florida is what they're playing?
Gosh, I don't like either one of them teams. Do you?
I love Clemson. I love Clemson. Hello, Michael Stansberry, by the way.
Let's go with Clemson.
Go on to Clemson.
Let's go Clemson.
All right. Coming up at 2
Kentucky
o'clock.
really never beat anybody good.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't.
We took a swipe at the Kentucky fans there, so, yeah.
I mean, Tennessee didn't really beat anybody good either.
We'll get into that in a second. Notre Dame and Oregon State, the Tony the Tiger Bowl today at El Paso. Tony the Tiger is which? Here's some trivia. Which?
That's the name of the bowl.
That's the name of the bowl. Which cereal company would you be talking about? Tony the Tiger.
That would be Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Because they're great. Tony the Tiger Bowl, Notre Dame or Oregon State?
Notre Dame.
Okay. Can I wish for an upset?
You can.
Go Oregon State. I guess it'd be an upset. The Liberty Bowl today, 3:30, Iowa State and Memphis. Memphis, baby. You like Memphis or Iowa State in Memphis?
Let's go Memphis. It's kind of a home game for them.
Oh, absolutely, it's a home game for them. Tonight, the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, yes, that'll be a good one.
Ohio State and Missouri.
I know, good game. You know, I was going to say Ohio State, but their quarterback bailed on them.
Yep. By the way, he went to. No, thank you, but you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Lady offered me some ice cream. I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
Missouri really lucked up.
Yeah. I think Missouri's going to beat them.
I think they are too.
Yeah, I do. So Kyle McCord, the quarterback at Ohio State, leaves Ohio State to go to Syracuse.
Of all places.
Of all places. Well, upon a little research on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we've learned that the name, image, and likeness came into play to the tune of about $2 million to pay this guy to do promotions for some businesses in and around Syracuse. So.
But it's Syracuse.
Oh, I know. I didn't get it, so still don't get it. Would you? I mean, this guy was a starting quarterback for Ohio State and leaves.
Top 5 team in the nation, I guess, or
and did well. The guy. I mean, the guy did a good job running the football team.
Wow.
In my opinion. So, anyway, all right. Let's go to tomorrow's games. You got a quadruple header tomorrow. You have at noon the Peach Bowl, Penn State and Ole Miss.
Penn State.
All right. You got the Orange Bowl. Well, we'll get to that. That's your teams. You're going to be hurt feelings. All right. Music City Bowl tomorrow, Maryland and Auburn. Boy, that's a barn burner. Oh, boy.
I'm going to be on the edge of my seat.
Oh, I'm going to be there right with you, eating snacks and hanging with Steve.
I don't know. We'll say Auburn just because they're in the SEC.
Yeah. Even better than that, the Arizona Bowl. Toledo and Wyoming. Oh, my goodness. I'm a tither already in anticipation.
America just took a deep breath. I'm going to say, I don't know anything about either one of them teams. Wyoming.
Going with the Cowboys. All right.
Toledo will probably win.
All right. Now we don't care. So the Orange Bowl.
Some important games.
Florida State, the Seminoles, your Seminoles, and the Georgia Bulldogs. What do you think?
Georgia's going to beat them.
All right, that's tomorrow night. Georgia's going to beat them.
Maybe some people, maybe some Florida State guys laying out of that one too.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that in a minute, too, what's your take on all this. So, all right, on New Year's Day, you start with the ReliQuest Bowl in Tampa, Wisconsin, LSU. Badgers or Tigers?
LSU.
All right.
I don't think that'll be close.
By the way, the volunteer marching band out of Churchill will be performing at the ReliQuest Bowl, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Go Falcon Marching Band. We're proud of you. All right, the Citrus Bowl, Iowa and Tennessee at 1 o'clock. The Vols or the Hawkeyes?
I'm scared, Tom.
No. Explain to me. I don't get it. Joe Milton's not going to play.
Nope.
He's healthy. He can play, but he's going to be on the sideline. Now, I don't know how it was when you played, but I can assure you when I played, if I wasn't ready to go and I could play, there ain't a snowball's chance I'd be on the sideline or in the dugout anywhere for any coaches I ever played for. Either you is or you ain't. I don't get it. You may like Joe Melton. He may be a great guy, but he's not hurt. He can play. He's not going to play, but he's going to be on the sideline cheering on his team. That's wrong.
It's all about, Tom, it's all about money.
Oh, I know. It's all about money.
They don't want to hurt their draft stock.
Yep.
Because Iowa does have a good defense.
Right.
And Joe could look ugly after this game.
But it's wrong.
Well, Tom,
in my opinion,
college football is not about what's right or wrong anymore.
You're right.
It's about how much money can an athlete make.
Show
how fast
me.
can you get me in the NFL?
Show me the money.
How much money can you get me from Joe's car lot?
Yep. You're right.
And it's not about what it was when we was growing up.
No.
And we loved to win. We wanted to play in a bowl game, and we wanted to win them.
I would have missed it.
But now they're like, eh.
No. So, wrong. Your two running backs are not going to play. Small and Wright are not playing for Tennessee. So now somebody's going to say, well, okay, but it gives these other guys a chance to play. Like Niku's going to start now, and Nico is supposed to be the next Peyton Manning. We'll see, but he gets a chance to play, and I get that. However, here's my point. You can argue with me, agree with me, whatever. You played for Florida State. That's your team. 4 years, we babied you, we fed you, training table, gave you everything you wanted, made sure your classes were covered, we took care of you, we babied you for 4 years, you played football. Now we get time to go to a ball game, you say, I love Florida State, but I'm not going to play. I'm going to protect myself in the NFL draft. That's not right, in my opinion. What do you think, sir?
I don't like it, but like most people say, well, I understand it. We all understand.
Oh, I get it. I totally get it.
Do we like it? Absolutely not.
No.
I don't like it. I will never like it.
No.
And
You're afraid
don't make the bowl game anything anymore.
No.
What's the point in even having it?
Oh, that's my whole point. I mean, if you're Tennessee people want to watch the game, but if you're just going to watch it purely from a talent pool, you got 2 running backs and a quarterback aren't playing tomorrow, or on Monday. So you would think, okay, well, if you're an Ohio State guy, your number 1 quarterback's not playing today. He's gone.
Yeah.
So there's probably some Buckeye fans, I would think, say, I ain't going to watch it. But then I realized that fans are fans. They're going to be loyal to the team regardless.
Yeah.
They put me out there. They're going to watch the game. So anyway.
Loyalty from the players' side is gone.
Gone.
It's completely gone. They're not loyal to anything.
Nope, except themselves. And that's wrong, but it ain't going to change. Me sitting there yapping about it, it's not going to change. The Fiesta Bowl, Oregon and Liberty at 1 o'clock on New Year's Day. Ducks or the Flames?
Oregon is going to beat the brakes off of Liberty.
All right. We'll tally you up and let you know. I'll send you a text. The big boys, Rose Bowl, Alabama and Michigan.
I have listened to a lot of commentary about this game.
Yes.
Alabama's going to win that game.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're going to hear some more. You give Nick Saban 2 weeks to get ready for you. You talking about no stone left unturned. It's almost like our guy in Elizabethton, Sean Whitten. You may not get, you may out-talent him, but you're not going to out-coach him. His staff knows everything, all the tendencies, all the what could be's. Nick Saban has turned this Michigan team inside out for 2 weeks. They'll be ready.
Well, they're missing they had an All-American guard, or somebody on the offensive line, and the last game they played, which is Iowa, they only ran for 66 yards.
How about Michigan?
Yeah.
Well,
if Michigan can't run the ball, they're not the same team.
Harbaugh is a 50-50 shot. He's not even going to be there next year. I mean, there's a lot of talk he's going to go to the NFL because they're after him in the NCAA. So you're looking at, I wouldn't say it's a lame duck football team, but you have a distinct possibility their coach will be gone.
Yep.
Will that affect the play on the field? I don't know. So then you have
Alabama's defense is a
tough.
lot stouter than what Michigan's seen all year long. Michigan ain't seen a defense like Iowa's got a good defense, but they don't have Alabama's athletes.
No.
And a good defense.
And a good defense, too. They're fixing to see a dose of big boy football. We played big boy football down
you know
south.
what? And this is really, Nick Saban's part. If you got that running quarterback, nobody in college can stop a running quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. And he can run it.
And he can run like the wind blows, like Forrest Gump. He runs all the way to Greenbow, Alabama.
All right. We have the other side of the equation, Washington and Texas on New Year's night in the Sugar Bowl in Nolens.
I think Texas wins that game. I feel really confident in them two games.
Texas and Alabama?
I'm going to get on FanDuel or something. I'm going to go big gamble.
You will
I
gamble.
feel good about both those picks.
You're going to go Texas and Alabama.
Texas and Alabama.
All right. So
rematch of the game at the first of the year they played.
that Texas won by 9, I think it was.
Yep.
In Tuscaloosa.
And you know who it's hard to beat twice?
Oh, Nick Saban. Whether you like the guy or not, a lot of people don't like him, and I get that. Whether you like him or not, you got to respect the man.
They don't like him unless he was his coach, and then they'd love him.
Yeah. It's like Belichick back in the day. You didn't have to like him, but you had to respect him.
Listen, I hated Steve Spurrier, but if he'd have come up to Knoxville and asked for a job, I'd have hired him.
You'd hired him, absolutely. We're live here at Food City in Jonesboro talking to our man coming up bottom of the hour, Jeff Beverly, to break it down for us, our UT guy, about Nico and the Vols and the Iowa Hawkeyes, also men's basketball. Tennessee men's team's playing pretty good.
They're coming around now.
Yeah. So, all right, my guy in the NBA, I don't talk about the NBA, but I love this guy, Nikola Jokic.
Oh, yes.
The Nuggets.
Great.
This guy's a stud.
He's awesome.
Oh, ain't nobody going to stop him. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. They put to it, they have all these gimmick defenses. This is what the guy did last night. He has a triple-double, didn't miss a shot. Had a 100% night. 26 points, 14 boards, 10 assists. He's 11 from 11 from the field. He had only one three-point shot. This guy's, what, 7 foot? Every bit of it.
Yeah.
He popped a three from the top of the key, looked pretty. Then 3 for 3 from the foul line. He was perfect on the floor. The night before, he made all 18 free throws on Monday, I should say, when a win over Golden State. So,
the one thing about Jokic is,
am I saying his name right, Jokic?
He is Jokic. I don't know how you want to call him. He is extremely fundamentally
sound.
Great.
Yeah.
He's fundamentally great.
Yep.
He doesn't really do flashy stuff. He's not flashy at all.
He just gets it done.
His shot's not pretty.
No, it just goes in.
But it goes in. He's always in the right place at the right time on the defensive end, on the offensive end. He knows where his players are supposed to be when he's passing and when he's shooting and whatever he's doing. He does everything fundamentally right.
Yeah.
He ain't the most athletic.
Neither was Larry Bird.
I don't think he can jump 6 inches.
No. Michael Jordan said Bird can't jump. Well, how did he say? He can't jump. He can't shoot. He'll just beat you. Well, he can shoot. He can't jump. He can't shoot. He'll just beat you. Jokic, his third career triple-double on a 100% field goal percentage night, matching Wilt Chamberlain with the most such games all time. He also equaled Chamberlain's shot clock era record of twice recording a 25-point triple-double with 100% field goal shooting. Guy had 26 points last night. Didn't miss a shot from the floor. Free throws, 3 points, field goals.
I can't do that against air.
And you're good.
I ain't good, but I could go out there and
Oh, I remember back in the day. I checked on you. You were a good ball
make all
player
them
back in the
I
day.
couldn't make all them shots and not miss one if I was nobody out there on the floor with me.
Jokic, regular season triple doubles, 116 now. That's not the record.
Wow.
He's in third place.
And it's not a guard.
He's in fourth place, rather. Magic Johnson's in third. Russell Westbrook's in number 2, and the all-time guy for triple doubles. We don't talk about him much, but he could play. The Big O.
Yeah. And all them guys was players that had the ball in their hand a lot.
Yeah.
He's not the guard
No,
or the shooting guard.
he's the center.
Or I don't know if maybe they could call him the big forward. I don't know if they the power forward. I don't know. He's a center power forward.
We never talk about this guy enough. Big
Not
O,
enough.
Oscar Robertson, 181. I think he's still alive, too. I'd love to interview him. That'd be cool. What if I could find him?
And he
Interview.
was good.
Oh, he could play. The Big O, 181 triple doubles, NBA all-time
Crazy.
leader. That's rebounds, assists, and points, of course. We're live here at Food City. Hello, Diana Sales. How you doing, dear?
That's when it was hard to do.
Yeah, but they really played defense.
They really played defense.
Went back and watched Bird on vacation.
They played at a slower pace in the NBA then.
Mhm.
Like you didn't have probably 25, 30 less possessions than what we have now.
Mhm. And they play defense. They post up and run plays.
And they play defense.
Yeah, they post up and ran plays. So I love it. Now it's just you go down and watch. Just turn the sound off and just watch an NBA game. It's whoever's got the ball's going to shoot. Everybody clears out.
Yeah,
I mean, they may set up one screen, but not much. It's just Steve's got it. Steve's going to let it rip. He's going to let it fly. So anyway, these little fellas, all these are under $2 at all Food Cities. This is a Hershey's Kisses candy
Yes.
cane.
Come to the store today.
M&M's.
Buy candy. It's reduced. Our GM, our Christmas GM, is 50% off now.
That'd be general merchandise.
Any of the general merchandise. When I say that, we're talking about figurines.
We're about to show some. Hot tamales. Are you a hot tamale guy?
No.
Okay, I'm
I
not
can't
either.
take hot stuff. I'm a little
No.
girl.
You're a little girl. You're a ninny. I am too.
This is a little figurine feller.
Yeah, I'm going to show him. And you're jumping the gun on him. If you'll just wait, I want you to be my Vanna. So,
Frosty the
Snowman. Reese's miniatures in a candy cane. None of these are over $2 while they last. All right, now hand me the figurine that you were doing with a while ago. This little guy is $12.99 less, half price. He's $6 and some change.
Come
What?
get him for $6.
What?
Come get him for $6.
Hi, Steve. All right, there's that one.
He's so cute.
He is cute. Now, what's this little guy?
Well, we've not figured out what is this feller's name.
I have no clue.
We know he's the abominable snowman.
It's off the
from
Rudolph show. It's off the Rudolph shows. I'm
But
assuming.
Tom thinks he has a name.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, he's on sale. He's half off. He's down around $6 or $7. This little guy. Hello, Steve.
You can give him your name if you buy him.
Yeah, you can make up a name. Now give me Scooby.
Now, this guy's got
Or
a name.
Scooby-Doo. Or Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy.
So, he's on sale. And this guy does something. What's he do? He does, says try me. Would he hit squeeze buttons? He does jingle bells, I think. I don't know what button. Pull his tail? Nope. Oh, there. He does something. I don't know what you're supposed to squeeze. Maybe his paw.
His leg, foot.
There it is. He's doing jingle bells. Scooby-Doo doing jingle bells. That's on sale. Lay him there so he won't go all over the table. Then you have, are you a fan of Mickey?
No, I mean, not really.
No. Hi. It's Mickey. Got some Mickey hand towels on sale. So, yeah.
Oh, I got him to shut up.
Yeah, we got him.
Hey, more candy.
Yeah, one more.
Candy.
Candy. Reese's Christmas tree candies. There you go. Half off while they last. And then show me the gingerbread kisses gingerbread wishes and mistletoe kisses. Half prices, $6. Little thing hang on the wall. Gingerbread wishes and mistletoe kisses. There you go.
You got to have one.
Yeah. What did you get?
You need it for next year.
Mrs. Strickler, what did you get her for Christmas?
What did I get her? She got diamond earrings.
Enough said. We're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full carat weight diamond earrings.
Good job.
And
Mama was happy.
I got tickets to go to the Texas A&M Tennessee basketball game.
Cool. We
February
going?
24th.
We're going?
Let's go.
How many tickets you got?
2.
She's going with you. Yeah. I'm out. He won't go anywhere with me. He's ashamed of me.
You're too popular, too big of a celebrity to take me off field.
So anyway, he won't take me. So he's trying to weasel out of it. That's good. Good for you. Diamond earrings. You got tickets to UT and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
She did good. I'm proud of her. All right. Let's see. Frosty the Snowman was a bear. Oh, you want to sell some groceries?
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
So what do you think about Joe Milton? Going to be standing on the sidelines, not going to play? So I just think
know,
it's wrong.
I've been told, I mean, everybody says it, Coach Heupel's a player's coach. And I think he just likes to stay engaged with the players. And
he could be playing, Steve.
I think he wants everybody to, he seems to me like somebody just wants to please everybody, make everybody happy. And, hey.
He's the starting quarterback. He's not hurt.
Stay on the, you want to stay over here and hang out with us, we'll let you keep on hanging out with us.
Wrong. I'm sorry. Wrong.
I didn't say it was right, Tom. I'm saying.
Let me ask you this. let's put it down to the Food City level.
We're going to banter this, folks.
No, I'm just going to go one more time with this. I'm your front-end manager here at Food City. I can work today, but I'm not going to work today. I'm going to come in. I'm going to stand around and watch you guys work, but I'm not going to work today. Now, I can work, but I'd rather just come in and watch you and support you guys and say, job well done, and clap and say, but I can work. I'm supposed to be on the clock today, but I'm not going to. But I'm going to stand around here and watch you all work, even though I'm supposed to be here. And you would say what? What would be the reaction of the store manager?
Of course, we're not going to let that fly.
Thank you. Just making a point.
But this is sports.
No, it's me football is what it is. It's me sports. It's all about me. Forget the team. So I want to see.
If you've seen, okay, if you're the recruit and he's like, man, they still let him hang out on the sideline and they still let him be a part of the team. Recruits look at that kind of stuff. Oh, well, they really do create a family atmosphere and they do like their players. And
this recruit would say, how come he ain't playing? He ain't hurt. That's what this would say. So
I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
I know that. Hello, Jamie and Tracy Ferguson. How you doing, kids? I know that. I just don't get it. So, and I know you're not supposed to say anything negative about Tennessee, but because you're in the ball
I'll say
country.
stuff negative about them.
But it's not negative. It's not anything about the program. It's about this. It's about Joe Milton, and he may be the nicest guy in the world. I don't know the guy, obviously.
I was not a fan of his after 3 or 4 games of this year.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he was going to come alive and he would be the answer, but he wasn't the answer. If Hendon Hooker's on our team, I think we go 10-2.
Oh, there's no
if
question.
Hendon Hooker's leading us, we go 10-2.
I think what you saw this year made you appreciate what you had last year.
He would have beat Florida, and he would have beat.
Yeah.
I think he would have beat Missouri.
Yeah. You know, the same thing. I can go back even further with Josh Dobbs. You look at this guy, and you, after he's gone, look back after the year after he left, you think, this guy put his team on his back and carried him.
We didn't even know.
No, we didn't realize how good he was, how important he was to the team. So, and Joe Milton could be the biggest dud, or he could be the Heisman Trophy winner. I just don't think it's right. You know what? It's not going to change me sitting here yapping about it in Jonesboro.
But you know, on the flip side of all this,
yeah,
we get to see Nico play.
That's true. That's the upside.
And I don't know if he's a whole lot better.
Nice hat, sir.
I don't know if he's a whole lot better, but I'm sure excited to see if he's going to be better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you know what's going to happen in 3 years?
He'll be gone.
Unless we're in the playoff.
Yeah.
And we're in some cruddy bowl. He ain't going to play his last game either.
No.
He's going to opt out because he's going to get ready for the draft as well.
Yes, I know.
If he's, what we think he's going to be.
Just where's the loyalty? I just don't get it. You gave me 4 years.
Tom, you need to get off the loyalty.
Yeah.
You're hung up on loyalty.
Well, with good reason. We should be loyal to the cause.
We should be loyal.
Yeah.
But that is, years later, these kids are going to understand that.
Yeah.
They're not going to understand now.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, man, I wished I'd have done this. I wished I'd have done that.
Yeah.
Because one day they're not going to be playing football. And a lot of these players, it's really ridiculous to me. So many players are declaring for the draft. Like, there's a lot of people who are declaring for the draft. They ain't going to get drafted.
No. There's only so many.
I mean, I'm not sure Joe Milton's going to get drafted.
No.
I've not seen any projections. If you're not
Compared to other quarterbacks going to be coming out?
If you don't make it in the NFL, where are you going to play and make the money that you think you're going to make?
Canadian Football League?
You're going to have to go get a job or something.
Yeah.
And you would like to use all your connections you had at that school that you give them blood, sweat, and tears to.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give you no opportunities if you're just like, nah, peace out. I'm not.
That's where I'm at. So
I think that's really important.
Yep.
You don't just go to college to learn and play sports. You go for all those connections.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. All right. Jeff's going to join us here in a few minutes. Give us the official preview of the Citrus Bowl, our UT guy. But you're going to sell some groceries before you boogie out of here.
Today we are having deals for days.
Let's do it again. Ready? On the count of 3.
Deals for days.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I've got my own jingle.
You do.
Food City should pay me for that. NIL, I'm available.
You are available.
Today and tomorrow, we've got Boston Butts, $1.49 a pound. Our, let's see, 10-pound bag of russet potatoes are $3.99 a pound. Cooked shrimp for your New Year's meal is going to be, the 4150 count is $13.99 for a 2-pound bag. Our Little Debbie cakes,
Little Debbie
cakes are $2.99. Folgers Classic Roast Coffee is $7.99. We have our Cokes, the 24 packs are $8.99 each. Our Food City large eggs, dozen and a half, the 18 count, 2 for $5. Tostino's pizza rolls, that's good for a party too. The 48-ounce bag is $7.49. Our Charmin toilet paper and Bounty paper towels, the essential kind, is $4.99 each today. Willie's, Wild Willie's salsa and Fresh Creations dip. These are dips and salsas people's going to be using for their dinner, Tom.
Can I do that?
Are 2 for $5.
Wild Willie's. Okay, go ahead.
It's Willie's. I don't think it says wild, but it could be. Our Gordo's cheese dip. Now that Gordo's cheese dip is good.
Good stuff.
I can testify to that. It's $3.99, and the on the border chips that you can get to dip in that cheese dip are $3.99 each.
All this going on in all Food City locations.
All Food City locations today and tomorrow.
And all the stores of all the Christmas half off.
The general merchandise is half off, and that will be through January the 2nd.
Yeah.
So please come and buy all this junk. We got a lot of it. We got too much, and now here we are. Need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you need it for next year's Christmas.
That's it. Pack it
My
away.
stepmother never paid regular price for wrapping paper. Never. She always bought wrapping paper
After Christmas.
2 and 3, 4 days after Christmas.
And stuck it back.
Stuck it up in the attic. She never paid full price for the wrapping paper. She always paid cheap prices for wrapping paper.
There's a bucket there of about 6 or 7 rolls right now that are half off here at Food
I don't
City.
know why we was so stingy with wrapping paper. We was thrifty when it came to wrapping paper.
You saved you money. Well, gave you more money by presents instead of spending on wrapping
We
paper.
didn't get no presents, Tom. Tom, you know what Christmas is like at your house? You got about 5 presents.
Yeah.
You told your mom and dad what you wanted.
Yeah.
You had a list. And they got you like the one big thing that you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got it.
Right.
You got your RC car. Got me a remote control car. It's really cool. And here's what else you got. You got a pack of socks.
A slinky.
You got a pack of underwear.
Yeah.
Your whitey tidies. You got a shirt and pants.
Silly putty.
For church.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Not a shirt that you wanted.
Yeah.
You got a nice shirt and a nice pair of pants you could wear in church. And in your stocking, You got a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Yeah. And an
That's
apple.
what Christmas was.
An apple.
And an apple.
And a silly putty or a slinky.
We didn't even have silly putty and slinkies.
Every
You
year.
didn't get
We
that.
either got a slinky or a silly putty.
You got those 5 presents.
Yeah.
That was Christmas.
Yeah.
And we loved it.
Yeah, we didn't know any different.
We didn't know no different.
No.
I got my one good gift.
And that was good. Your
And,
RC
you know,
car.
I don't even know why they bothered wrapping it.
No, you knew what
They
you were
wrapped
getting.
them stupid socks and whitey tighties like I didn't know what that was.
Yep.
It was shaped like, you know,
It's like,
a pack of socks.
oh, we
He
got
picked
socks.
it up and he's like, I know what this is, Mom. Thanks.
Underwear.
Thanks for my sock.
Yeah.
Thanks for my tube socks that go up to my knee. They had the big white, the big red, the colored stripes.
Big red stripes
on
at the top of 'em. Oh, yeah.
Come up to your knee.
Absolutely. So,
Lord.
remember those days?
And I wore those things out playing basketball.
You wore them in public?
We wore them to basketball games. Thought I was Michael Cooper.
The socks all the way up to your knees with
All
a
up to
stripe
my
around the
knees.
top.
Oh, yeah.
Look like a nerd.
Look like a real doofus. Lord. But what's wrong with that's what we got for that was Christmas.
We
And
didn't care.
loved Christmas.
Yes, we did.
Now if the kids don't have 15 or 20 presents under the tree,
You're,
it's an outcry.
yeah. You're right. So, times they are changing. Thank you for coming by.
All right, I'll stop ranting, America.
Good.
But it's the truth.
Seminoles in Georgia.
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 Hurts
Yeah.
my heart. I think Florida State players are opting out too.
Yeah, they are. A bunch of them jumping off the wagon.
Georgia's going to.
We ought to call these the skeleton bowls.
They're going to probably beat them senseless too. I don't think everybody's coming back.
Who's not coming back?
I mean, I think most of the Georgia players are playing.
Yeah. Yeah, Kirby's.
I mean, not to mention that they're good, but they're all coming back and playing too.
They're going to make a statement in this game.
They are.
Yeah, at the expense of the Seminoles. So, yep. It's going to be a long afternoon, long evening for you Nole fans.
Let's hope Tennessee can beat Iowa.
Yeah. Well, Joe will be on the sideline cheering them on. That's all I know. So, and Nico will be the starting QB, and it will be exciting to see what he
Las
does.
Vegas has a real hard job now picking bowl games because how are they supposed to know?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you keep up with it?
Yeah.
Who's playing? Who ain't playing? Who cares if they're not there? Who cares if they are there? They don't, who,
Oh, there's some, let me get on my soapbox one more time. Then we'll call Jeff. The Brooklyn Nets coach, NBA, not going to play them back-to-back nights because the bookies have a hard time because they don't know who's going to be playing. So the bookies and the fantasy leagues said we don't want you necessarily playing them back-to-back because we don't know really how to gauge the betting for the bookies because back-to-back nights in the NBA is very difficult. They've been doing that all along. When Bert and his guys played, they did back-to-back nights.
all the time.
Yeah. I should have brought the article. I had it. So the Brooklyn Nets coach says, well, we've been advised by the bookies for the back-to-back players, back-to-back nights. So the second game they played this week, they played the starters the first quarter and the rest of the time so they can make sure the point spread gets covered.
Oh, well, it's all about gambling. Then.
Now it's all about gambling. And then the fantasy league. So, I don't know.
What's wrong with the world, Tom?
Do you think these games are thrown?
I don't know that they would throw the games.
Okay.
But I do think now, I think some of those things are in players and coaches' heads. They're like, oh,
Okay.
I'm going to try to shoot this and make this shot so it's 10 points instead of 8.
I'm a Raiders fan.
The Raiders.
3 weeks ago, we got beat 3-0 by Minnesota. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, whatever it was. 3-0. We didn't score a point. The next time out, we scored 62, 63 points. Come on now. Pro football team, you can't score. I talked about this last week. These guys are kicking 58, 59, 60-yard field goals. I mean, 3 points should be nothing. They didn't score a point. They covered the spreads, what I read in the article. Minnesota beat them 3-0. There's a 3-point differential, so the spread got covered, if I remember correctly. The next week, they go play the Chargers, put 63 on the board. You tell me.
If I'm a player and I'm playing the game, I remember when I played, like, I wanted If I was on offense, I want to score every time I got the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
If I was on defense,
I want to stop it every
I
time.
never wanted you to ever score. I didn't want you to gain a yard. I didn't want you to score a shot. That was my mindset when I was playing.
Yep.
I mean, that's the way we was taught.
That's how we were taught.
I don't think that's coached with. I don't think coaches think that way now. I don't think players think that way now. But that's the way we was taught.
How do they think?
They're like, oh, let's preserve the win, or
We were
not
taught
shoot that.
step.
They don't think the way that. Score every time you get the ball.
Yeah. And stop them every time they got the ball.
And when they get the ball,
Stop
kill
them. Yeah. Kill them.
And that's the way we thought. I never thought, oh, we're going to beat this team by 10 points or 5 points. I didn't care. I wanted, and I was kind of selfish, and I wanted to score a lot of points for me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because your name got put in the newspaper back
Yes.
then.
And the girls like the guy's got his name in the paper.
Look, it says S. Strickler scored 10 points.
He walks down the hall the next day at school.
I'd cut I got some, cut
Puffed
out
up like a peacock.
The old Kingsport Times News. We cut them out, and I'd keep them. I don't know where they're at now, but I thought I was hot business.
The girls dug it, didn't they?
They probably didn't look.
They went, oh, there's Steve. He had 10 points last night.
He had 10 points. Look at him.
Steve, you want to carry my books to class?
Look at him. I had flowing hair back then, too.
There you go.
His flowing hair.
Will you sit with me in the lunchroom, or will you carry my books to class, Steve? And you said, yes.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll talk Jeff Beverly talking Tennessee football, a breakdown and preview the Citrus Bowl next on the Tom Douglas Sports Show live at Food City in Jonesboro. Gabe Short to sing for you.
I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams, if only in my dreams.
Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors, Christmas Club Savings Account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it, because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations, or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club Savings Account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here again in Food City in Jonesboro on this Food City Friday. Let's go to the ponies there. Our buddy Jeff Beverly's with us, UT Update. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Tom. Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you're with us. Hope you had a great Christmas and ready to go into the 2024 year talking Tennessee sports. And, gosh, here we go, the Citrus Bowl preview, Tennessee and Iowa. Break it down for us, big guy. What's going to be happening when they take the field on New Year's Day? Tennessee or Iowa? Who do you like? And talk about it.
Well, the big news the last couple of days, of course, has been the announcement that Joe Milton was going to opt out of the bowl game, and Nico Iamaleava is going to be getting his first start as a freshman. Lots of potential with him. He was the number one rated quarterback a couple of years ago, so Tennessee fans have been anxious to try to see him get more playing time this year and anxious to see him actually start a game and get the majority of the reps and all those kinds of things. So from that standpoint, the bowl game took on a whole new level of excitement from what most people anticipate to be maybe a boring game or not one of much interest. Now, with Nico starting, I think the interest has picked up tremendously. So it's going to be a brand new quarterback, not much experience against a really top type of defense in Iowa. Statistically, some people have sort of alluded that perhaps they're not as good as their statistics lead them to believe, but we'll see, I guess, Monday. But I think, Tennessee, the fortunate thing is Iowa doesn't have very much offense at all. They're in the bottom 10% of most offensive categories. They're dead last in a couple offensive categories in the whole nation. So they don't score many points. A lot of their games have been in the low teens, mid-teens. So they keep it low scoring, and their defense keeps them in it. So that's the kind of game that they want it to be. I think most people feel like if Tennessee can get to 17 or 20 points, they should win the game, from that standpoint, and that's probably correct. From Tennessee's standpoint, almost the entire secondary has either hit the transfer portal or has decided to opt out of the bowl game. So only Jalen McCullough will be the only starter in the secondary that's going to play in the bowl game. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. A lot of Tennessee fans have been clamoring for some of these younger defensive backs that they've signed the past couple of years to get out there on the field more. And so we will see them on Monday for sure. And so totally new secondary. Most of the other defense should be there and playing. So strength on strength, weakness on weakness kind of game coming up on Monday. Both teams have good punters. The Iowa punter is maybe the leading punter in the entire nation. So from that standpoint, they have a good kicking game. Of course, he's had to kick a lot. Because of their offense hasn't moved the ball very much. So Tennessee's punter, Jackson Ross was the Australian punter that came in this year. He's had a really good season kicking the ball for Tennessee. So both kicking games should be pretty solid. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, strength on strength, weakness on weakness. And I think Tennessee's chances are good. I really am excited about Nico getting the chance to really showcase some of his talents. He's been learning all season and had limited playing time, as we know. But I really like Tennessee's chances on Monday. I think it will be sort of a low-scoring game, but I think Tennessee can get a break or two, not turn the ball over. Iowa feast on turnovers. So, if they can protect it, as in most games, that's the case. If you can protect turnovers, not get in short fields, and maybe grab a turnover yourself, then I think Tennessee probably will win the ball game. But with a brand new freshman quarterback, you never know what you're going to get.
What do you think about, again, we're talking to Jeb Beverly, our resident UT man. So Joe Melton's going to be on the sideline. I've been on this the whole show today. He can play. He's healthy. He's not hurt. He didn't want to play. He's going to opt out, but yet he's going to be on the sideline. So I totally disagree with that. And then you tell me the secondary, a lot of those guys aren't going to play. And a couple of the starting running backs, Small and I think Wright is not going to play. So
that's correct. Yeah, right. They both opted out.
So how do you fix this? I mean, this is a problem. Or is it fixable? Is the horse out of the barn? going down the road someplace, can they come around back and say, I guess, the NCAA, you know, you signed on to play, you're going to play. You can't opt out. You got to fulfill your commitment to the school. You know, I don't know if they can enforce that or not. But let me start with the first question. What's your take on Joe Milton? Healthy, can play, won't play. He's opting out for the NFL draft, and yet he's going to be on the sideline on Monday cheering on the team. You agree with that or disagree?
Well, you know, I think from the standpoint, from his perspective, you know, it was a chance to not look good against a really good defense. His last ball game was against Vanderbilt, where he was just outstanding, accounted for 6 touchdowns total, and his probably his best day in the orange uniform was that last game against Vanderbilt. So I think he wanted to leave that as sort of his lasting impression, and not some struggle against what everybody's saying is a top 5 defense. So from that angle, you sort of understand that. He has got invited to the Senior Bowl, so he will get a chance to go down there and sort of showcase his talents a little bit in front of all the pro scouts. He's physically, obviously, he's got the size, he's got the arm strength we all know to be an amazing pro quarterback. But does he have the quarterback skill to do that? And a lot of people would say no. So that's his chances are going to be in the Senior Bowl practice all that week and try to be impressive during the combines and all those kinds of things, and try to get drafted to see if he can hook up with an NFL team, which he said has been his dream since he was 4 years old. As far as staying with the team on the sidelines, I think he's looking at it from the standpoint being there as sort of a second set of eyes for Nico, from the standpoint of, he can help Nico see some things when he comes off the field in between series, those kinds of things, and being there as an encouragement. Last year, remember, Hendon Hooker was a different circumstance because Hooker was hurt, as we remember. But Hooker was there with Joe Milton on the sideline against Clemson in the Orange Bowl, and they talked about how much that helped having him there. Again, totally different circumstances, agreed. But perhaps from that standpoint, that sort of led Joe thinking in terms of he had Hendon there last year with him. He wants to be there for Nico, as definitely the torch is passing for sure now, because Milton will move on and Nico's the quarterback for the next couple of years. We all anticipate. So I think maybe from that standpoint, he just wanted to sort of repay that a little bit. It's what I'm guessing. I don't know. He didn't say his mindset for sure what was driving that, but that's sort of my guess on that.
Well, if what you're saying is true, and I don't have any reason not to, but if he's not playing because Iowa's defense is better than Vanderbilt's, he wants to leave his best impression with Vanderbilt. That's wrong in a whole. I mean, that blows my mind that he has the opportunity and to call the shots, saying, well, I did real good against Vanderbilt because they were terrible defense, and they were. I had my best game ever at Vanderbilt, so I'm going to leave it that way. If I play against Iowa, I may not have a very good game because they got a really good defense. If that's what you're saying. That is wrong in so many different ways, in my opinion. So either you is or you ain't. And so, I would look at it differently. Tell me if I'm wrong. I would look at it as, okay, Iowa's a really good defense. Man, I'm on a roll. I did good against Vanderbilt. This is a really good challenge, man. I want to go out and show them I can throw against a really good defense, too, like Iowa. So you're telling me part of his mindset is he's going to opt out of playing because Iowa's got a really good defense. Is that what
well, I'm just speculating. But, and these guys are smart. And if they've had any social media contact over the last 3 or 4 weeks, most of the Tennessee fan base has been wanting him to opt out because they want to see Nico. They're anxious to see Nico. They want to see Nico all year. Joe Milton had a solid year, not spectacular, but pretty solid year statistically. Of course, Tennessee lost some games that they shouldn't have, a couple perhaps, but y'all remember had the pretty good halftime lead against Alabama and couldn't do anything in the second half, and then one-score game against Missouri at halftime, and then the second half couldn't do anything. So statistically, Joe had a good year, but didn't quite provide maybe the leadership to wins kind of thing that people were looking for. So if he's had any exposure to social media at all the last 3 weeks, most of Tennessee fan base has been clamoring for that and was hoping that Joe would opt out. Maybe he's sensitive to that and decided to do that. I don't know. We'll never know what went on, what discussions went on behind the scenes. It could have been the coaching staff itself talked about. Nico's going to be the guy. I really need to sort of move on now with him. start preparing for 2024. Let this be the first game of 2024, so to speak. Don't know what all went on behind the scenes to go over those decisions for sure.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly, talking Tennessee football. We thank you for being with us wherever you may be. So, give me a score, Tennessee. So, Iowa's defense is outstanding. Everybody's there. Their offense is pretty lame, anemic to say the least, from what you're telling me. So, it's a defensive struggle. A good defense for Iowa and a good offense, we hope, for Tennessee with Nico and some of the replacement guys in the offensive backfield. So, give me a score. What do you think on the Citrus Bowl?
I think Tennessee will come out, and I think they'll have some success early. Then they'll probably settle into just a back and forth kind of game. But I think Tennessee will probably win the game something like 20-10, 20-12, something like that. We'll look for Iowa maybe to kick a couple of field goals. I think Tennessee wins, about 6 to 8 points, something along that line.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly. Let's switch gears. And, before we get out of football, let's talk some recruiting and transfer portal, and then we'll get into some men's basketball. But let's take a look at the transfer portal and recruiting for Tennessee football for next year. How's it going right now?
Well, they've had 3 transfer portal guys come in here in the last couple of weeks. Jamard McCoy, the defensive back from Oregon State. Everybody in the country wanted him. He's 6 foot 180, got 3 years left to play. Had a really, really good freshman year at Oregon State. He was very, very coveted defensive back. Tennessee was able to secure him. They got Jacoby Thomas, another defensive back from Middle Tennessee State. He was very coveted as well by a lot of schools. He's 6'2", 191. So you're seeing sort of a trend here, going with some bigger cornerbacks, trying to get some bigger defensive backs back there. And then, of course, they got the tight end, Holden Stays from Notre Dame, 6'4", 242, outstanding tight end, the number 1 rated tight end in the portal this year. So that was a good get for them to get Stays. Evan Stewart, the wide receiver, the All-American wide receiver from A&M, is in the portal. He has got some Tennessee ties in his family. Supposedly, Tennessee is probably one of his favorites. I think he's going to schedule a visit to Knoxville next week, or the first week in January. So we'll see if Tennessee could perhaps snag him, and that would be a big add to the wide receiver room. There's a defensive end from Purdue that just went the portal yesterday. I think Tennessee is after him pretty hard. So not a lot of numbers in the portal. You remember Tennessee still battling this overall scholarship limit that as a result of the sanctions after the Pruitt years. So Tennessee still has to balance those numbers. And so, they can't have more than 82 at any given time due to that restriction. So they had to wait till some of these guys transferred out or portaled out before they could add some guys. So they weren't quite as active, perhaps as early on as a lot of people thought they would be. But look for more of that after the bowl games. There'll be another rash of portal entries this spring. So I don't think Tennessee's done in the portal for sure. As far as high school recruiting, early signing day was December 20th. Tennessee had about the 12th rated class, something like anywhere from 11 to 13, depending on which rating service you saw. Picked up some really solid players this year. Another good class. I mean, they've had top 10, 12 classes now for 3 years. So starting to stack some of those players up. We talked about what Alabama and Georgia have done for years, just stack recruiting class after recruiting class. And so when you suffer an injury, as all teams suffer injuries, but you can just plug another one in there. Well, Tennessee and some other schools, haven't had that luxury. They've suffered an injury. It really hurts because the next guy coming up is not nearly as good. So that's where you start building up those championship type teams. It's really stacking those recruiting classes on top of each other. And I think Tennessee got a very solid class. A couple of people, and there's about 10 or 12 that are there for bowl practice. They're going to be early enrollees. And so they were there during bowl practice. Mike Matthews, the wide receiver out of Georgia, particularly has been impressive during the practice, the limited practice he's had, as has Braylon Staley, a wide receiver out of South Carolina. Both those guys were there and have really turned heads so far in practice. Boo Carter, the defensive back out of Chattanooga Bradley Central, has been very impressive so far in the drills or in the practice leading up to the bowl game. Look for him to get a lot of playing time as a true freshman next year. Edris Farouk, the defensive back out of Maryland, has looked really, really good so far as well. So opportunities for some of these guys to come in there and get their heads into the playbook and get a little bit of a head start on next year, and then they'll be there for spring practice as well. So pretty solid recruiting class, and I look for more opportunities in the portal coming up.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly. Before I let you go, let's switch gears and talk Tennessee basketball, the Big Orange off until the new year, and what's going on in men's basketball right now in Tennessee?
Well, moved up to number 6 in the country in the latest AP poll, and I think they're number 7 in the NET rankings. So pretty solid start. You know, there's lost 3 games early on. We know they lost to Purdue and to Kansas and North Carolina, but they're 9-3 overall. They've won now 5 in a row. Had a couple of tougher games at home against Georgia Southern, against Tarleton State. You know, they didn't win in as big of margins, perhaps, as people thought they would. Won both those games by about 20 points. Did go down to San Antonio and beat NC State in a non-conference neutral site game. Looked pretty solid against NC State back on December 16th. So they got one more non-conference game against Norfolk State next Tuesday, the 2nd, and then start SEC play against Ole Miss the following Saturday at home. Ole Miss ranked in the top 25. They're having an outstanding season so far. Of course, Chris Beard's their new coach after he got let go from Texas last year, so he's got Ole Miss playing real well. Then they take a trip to Starkville, to Athens, Georgia, then come back home for Florida. So the first 4 games are Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Georgia, and Florida. Excuse me. Then Alabama comes to Knoxville on Saturday, January 20th. So a good slate to start the SEC. They should be able to get some wins there, we think, and set up for perhaps a big-time showdown with Alabama coming up in late January.
So you feel good about Tennessee basketball, the men's team. So they come out of the gate, and they've got, who'd you say again, Georgia? Hit that again, Georgia, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Is that right?
Yeah, Ole Miss, then Mississippi State, then Georgia, then Florida, and then Alabama.
Wow. That's a pretty good start, the SEC. So right now, the 6th
It
in the
is.
country, and you're predicting 20-10, 20-13. Tennessee beats Iowa in the Citrus Bowl. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, let me hit you with some more here before we go. I want to tap into his expertise. Let's see. Let's go. Tony, the Tiger Bowl today. Notre Dame, Oregon State. Who do you like there, sir?
You know, it's getting hard. It's getting so hard with these bowl games. You talked about the bowl games a minute ago, and you know, anything that's not the playoff, you seem to have so many opt-outs. Playoff teams don't. It seems like, obviously, for obvious reasons, but these other bowl games, there's so many opt-outs. It's hard to get a feel for how these teams are going to be. But Notre Dame has played pretty solid this year. Oregon State, you know, their quarterback is transferring out, so probably Notre Dame will manage to pull this one out. Although that should be a close game.
Liberty Bowl, Iowa State and Memphis later on today in Memphis.
Yeah, that's one of those type of games you just wonder who really wants to be there kind of thing. Memphis playing at home in their home stadium. I think you have to give them a little bit of advantage. Iowa State's been solid at times this year. Memphis has had a good offense, you know, as we've seen them light up the scoreboard a lot. So I look for Memphis to pull that game out in the Liberty Bowl.
Tonight, the Cotton Bowl in Texas, Ohio State and Missouri tonight. Who you like there, the Buckeyes or Missouri?
Wow, you know, Ohio State's had a few opt-outs. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to play. Their quarterback left is going to Syracuse. I think Missouri's got most of their people playing. So Missouri's had sort of a magical run this year. Will it continue against a really top team? You know, I think it'll be tough, but let's give Missouri an opportunity. Let's give them a chance to upset Ohio State. Let's go with Missouri in the upset.
All right, then we move into tomorrow's games. You got a quadruple hitter tomorrow. Peach Bowl at noon. Penn State and Ole Miss should be a pretty good ball game.
I think it will be a good ball game. I think Ole Miss is, and talk about transfer portal. They've really been cleaning up in the transfer portal. Kiffin's doing a great job. They have won the transfer portal so far with their additions. Fast offense. Don't know how much Penn State has seen that type of offense this year. Probably not very much. But it's in Atlanta, so let's look for Ole Miss to keep up the SEC banner and beat Penn State.
The Orange Bowl tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Florida State and Georgia. I've called this the Hurt Feelings Bowl. Seminoles, the Bulldogs. Who wins that one down the Orange Bowl in Florida?
Wow, that's another one where there's opt-outs. I think Florida State had 25 opt-outs off their roster. So they're going to have like just 50-some players for that ball game. And the quarterback that would have been a starter that got knocked out, he's hit the transfer portal. The true freshman is going to get his start. Georgia maybe felt they have something to prove. I did hear where Florida State said if they win, if they beat Georgia and they're the only undefeated team, then they think they should be declared national champions as well, co-national champions. So not saying some of the right things to help them against Georgia. I think Georgia wins that game pretty handily.
Unbelievable. 25 guys aren't going to play on that team. I'm going to get your take on that in a second before we go. All right, the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, Alabama, Michigan, the first game at 5 o'clock. Who you like there, Bama or Michigan?
A lot of people are picking Michigan to win. Alabama's just after – it seemed like at halftime of the Tennessee game, since that point, if they really turned it on, I realized they had to have the lucky play against Auburn to put themselves in position here. But, Alabama's just playing really, really good. They beat Georgia. I think Alabama beats Michigan.
You give Nick Saban 2 weeks against anybody, I'm going to take my chance with Nick Saban because he'll have them ready to go.
You got that right.
Yep.
You got that right.
Sugar Bowl that night, Texas and Washington. Who do you like there?
That's going to be a really fun game to watch. I think that may be maybe the most enjoyable game of all these to watch. I've been a Washington fan all year. I think Michael Penix is just fantastic. And so I know Texas has done well, and, they beat Alabama early. But I really look for Washington maybe to pull this one out. I think it'd be an amazing game to watch. Again, but these are the teams you don't have any opt-outs. You don't have any transfers. So that'll be a game where you'll see the full strength of both teams. And so, I think Washington's chance to really make a name for themselves, and where they've come from the last few years, I'm looking for the Huskies to pull this one out.
All right, last question before I let you go. Jeff's here with us. Steve's going to come in here to wrap the show up. But where are we going to go with this? I mean, I'm going to use Florida State now. You got 25 guys aren't going to play. They said we're not going to play. You got a quarterback from Tennessee standing on the sideline who can play and don't want to play because it may hurt his chances statistically, what you're telling me. That's speculation, but makes perfect sense. So for whatever reason, the guy can play and he's not playing. Now, in your job site back in the day, I think you're retired now, but I brought this up to Steve here a while ago. He's the store manager. He's supposed to be on duty today. He's going to come here, but he's not going to work. But he's going to stand around and cheer everybody on. And the workplace, that ain't going to cut it. I'm just telling you. That's not going to work. So that's going on. You got guys opting out right now. You got the transfer portal going bananas. It's the wild, wild west. So, we know all this, and we keep talking about it, or I do on the show. I document it. But how do you stop it? How do you fix it? I mean, this can't just keep going on. I mean, now you got 25 guys off one team, you're telling me, Florida State, playing in the Orange Bowl, which is a big bowl game with a lot of money for the school, a lot of notoriety for the university, national exposure on national television, and they're not playing. How do you – I guess I'm going around the barn, but we'll cut right to the chase. You're the SEC guy – NCAA guy. How do you fix this? Going forward, how do you say this has got to stop, and how do you fix it, or can you?
From the NCAA perspective, I don't think you can. I think that cow's out of the barn. I don't know that the NCAA can. Now, I think there's some other levers that can be pushed. One, I think next year we're going to the 12-team playoff will help have more teams not have these opt-outs for sure. You won't have as many games that, like right now, it's just those 2 games. Alabama, Michigan, and Texas and Washington. That's all it's talked about. All ESPN talks about is those 2 games. These other bowls are just afterthoughts. And they talked about, how well the other bowl games don't mean anything. If you've watched any of these bowl games, there have been some very competitive games. There have been some teams, these lower level teams that played their hearts out, and have been some really nice football games to watch. Played hard, and they want to win. So I don't buy the argument that all these things don't mean anything to these teams. Now, Florida State's an exception this year because of the circumstances, but so I think having more teams in the playoff will help reduce the number of opt-outs because you don't see it. It seems like those middle tier games, the ones just below the playoffs, are the ones that had the most opt-outs. The lower bowl games or the lower teams, perhaps, you don't see the many opt-outs for them. So just that middle tier of games seem like have the most opt-outs. I think adding the 12-team playoff will help that. I think another aspect I heard somebody mention the other day is, could the NIL work from the standpoint of making that part of their NIL packages to play in the bowl games? Money talks. People follow the money, right? So one speculation is that people could start structuring these NIL deals to where you have to play in the bowl games, to get your NIL allotment or allocation or payment or however it's worded. Tying it to performance, so to speak, may be a way to help prevent some of these opt-outs. Once they hit the transfer portal, there's not really much you can do about that unless they change that rule. So there's so much that's happened in the last 2 years. It's going to be hard to ever reverse that, I think. I think there's been too much happen so far. And I think, unfortunately, that's just going to be the way it is for some time in the future. But for players who just opt out, who are not in the transfer portal, and maybe tying NIL deals might help a little bit. Having more teams playoff might help a little bit. I don't think you're going to eliminate it, though. I think it just, unfortunately, if you're a college football fan, you don't want to see it because, you want to see your whole team play. You want to see your whole team there, give them the best opportunity to win a bowl game.
You got it.
Because I think all these games matter. The argument of bowl games don't really matter. Well, I think they do matter. I think not only for the current season, like in Tennessee's case this time, it's going to give them a really jump start to 2024. If they can go down there and have a good game against Iowa in that game, and Nico looked real good, and some of these defensive secondary guys, play pretty solid. Dylan Sampson's going to be the number one back going into the season next year if he can have a good bowl game. Camden Seldon is the freshman that's had a little bit of playing time this year, not much. He's going to see a lot more playing time in the Orange Bowl, and they say he's got just tons of potential. So I think for some teams it can really be a jump start to the next season. In this case, the 2024 season. So I think the bowl games still matter, and I think there's a lot of tradition for sure. But I think it allows them to practice more. It allows them to have another month of practice, structured practice. It allows early enrollees to come in and be with the team and practice with them. So I think there's so much benefit for teams to have these bowl games. But as far as opting out part, I don't know. I don't know other than what we talked about. I don't know if there's going to be anything that can be really done or implemented that's going to change all that.
Great report, my friend. Thanks for checking in with us. We'll be back with you. We're looking forward to working with you in 2024. You do a great job. Thank you, sir, and we'll talk to you next year. How's that?
We'll talk to you next year, and hopefully the Vols can pull off a big win to start New Year's Day right.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
You too, Tom. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. Jeff Beverly with us again, our UT expert. We appreciate him very much. And so he says 20-13 will be the final score in favor of the Tennessee Volunteers. So my man's back here, so I'm going to jump on his wagon real quick. And his football team, his beloved Seminoles, I didn't know this, you got 25 guys opting out.
There's going to be a lot of second and third stringers in that game.
What is the point? I mean, really, what is the point?
There ain't.
So
I don't know why the school just accepts I don't know why they accept the bid.
I mean, as a Seminole fan, I guess you'd watch it on TV. I sure as heck wouldn't drive down there to watch a team, 25 guys not playing.
No.
Now, why are they not playing? Because they're not in the national. They got cut out of the playoffs.
They got snubbed, and they're not going to. It's a lesser bowl.
So, but what does that teach?
Yeah.
If it gets tough, we just quit. You can't do that. So Jeff's telling me, of course you couldn't hear, but you just got in here, but he said one of the reasons Milton's not playing is he had a really good game against Vanderbilt.
He don't want to have a bad game against Iowa.
That is wrong. I'm telling you, that just blows my mind that anybody would think that way.
It makes you not seem very confident.
Well, what I would look at it, this is me, and maybe I'm wrong. I had a good game against Vanderbilt. By God, give me the ball. I'm ready to go against. I'm going to show them I'm the real deal against Iowa.
Right.
I'm going to get us. We're going to put two good games together. Give me the ball. I'm going to show them that I do it against Vanderbilt, who had a shaky secondary to say the least. Against the tough Iowa defense, I'm going to show them I can play, and my stocks will go up in the NFL for the draft. So I
It's a
just don't- I
really
just don't
odd
get
way
that.
of thinking because I don't think the NFL scouts think that way.
I just don't understand how. So now we're down and we're going to pick. Well, this team, I may not have a good game because this team, I'm not going to play. So I don't get that. So I just don't get it. I can't comprehend that as a competitor. So I like those challenges.
Yes, I wanted to play the best, be the best.
So if Fred Flintstone is playing with the Wolverines, says, this is hypothetical. Well, I don't play against Alabama. They're good. I'll wait and play against some Blackie next year when I can get a really good game and pad my stats. I can't comprehend that. If you're a competitor, you take on all challenges, good or bad.
Yes, that's the way I was.
That's the way I was. That's the way I still am. So, well, we're not going to go
And
down.
I still wanted to play them. And if you beat my brains out, you just beat my brains out. I still wanted to play you.
Yeah. That'd be like me coming and saying, well, I'm not going to go to Food City in Jonesboro. That's not my favorite store. I have more fun when I go to XYZ store. And so I'm just not going to come. No. I'm contracted to go to Food Cities to promote Food Cities. I know that's a different, I can't comprehend that one. That's a new one for me. That I'm going to play just when it's good for me. And that's
You're old man, get off my lawn guy now. Tom.
No, it's just, that's not how this country was. That's not the way it rolls. We pick and choose. We're just going to play when we look good.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's
but anyway.
not right. It's awful. It's terrible. And I hate it, and I think most fans hate it.
I'm surprised that the schools let these guys do this. So that's my rub is. Somebody higher up should say, at UT or wherever these schools are, Florida State, no, you're not opting out because we didn't make we got snubbed, but you really didn't. If you go back and look at the record, you really didn't. And I can prove that one. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Florida State's composite schedule, their opponents' combined schedule, win-loss record, was 77-79. Alabama's win-loss record by their opponents, put them all together, they were 98-60.
Ooh, it's a pretty big difference.
So Alabama, they made the right choice, and I like you, and I like the Seminoles. I think their play-by-play guy, Gene Deckerhoff, one of the greatest ever.
Hey,
Love.
I said they didn't deserve to be in there.
Yeah,
they didn't.
But because we're not in it, we're saying, well, I'm not playing. I'm just not going to play. We didn't get to the big show. We're playing Georgia, Orangeville. I'm just not going to play. I'm opting out. That's hogwash. Whew, Lord have mercy. And you know what?
Folks, we need a wet rag over here.
Let me have this right here.
He's fired up.
No, I just
He's
don't
fired
get
up.
it. I don't get it. And you know what? They're going to play those games, whether I'm saying ranting or raving. They don't care what I think.
10 years from now, are they going to keep having these bowls? If you're Cheez-It, are you going to spend millions of dollars
absolutely not.
to watch a mediocre football game and nobody else is tuning into, and you're not getting revenue for it? No.
You're in the grocery business. Cheese going to keep doing it? Absolutely not.
I really feel like it's going to hurt the bowls, and they're because they're going to stop, which I've always thought we had too many bowls to start with, but they're going to start skinnying up them bowls. They'll start having less.
Well, all right, where's this game being played? Orange Bowl will be down in Florida.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're the Chamber of Commerce down there going, okay, why are we breaking our neck to promote this and give all these guys these trips? And I mean, when these players get to these bowls, they get showered with all kinds of gifts, and they get treated like kings because they're down there. And I understand that to a point. Orange Bowl people going, well, let's think this through. We got 25 guys from Florida State ain't coming this year. How much do we want to beat our brains out to bring them back down here next year?
Yeah. So which
because their job's to sell tickets.
They're not going to get ticket sales.
Yeah.
Which is where.
So Tom and Steve are on the Chamber of Commerce at Miami, Florida. We got to generate ticket sales for people to come watch this football game when you got 25 guys ain't playing.
Yeah. That's what I don't think the players and coaches in universities, hey, guess where that money's coming from? Think about where the money's coming from.
Fannies in the seats.
Us.
Fannies in the seats. And TV money.
But if you're not watching on TV and you're not going to the game.
The TV money comes from us, too. Exactly. When the ratings show that we're not that many people watching the Cheez-It Bowl, guarantee it's going to get some
Cheez-It ain't going to pay that $10 billion or $10 billion. They're not paying $10 million for that game.
That's it. So,
it's
all about the money.
Like you're only pulling a 1% rating. we'll give you $2 million for that.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
they should.
Yeah. It's way out of control, way out of kilter, but it ain't going to change
If
what
you
I'm
want
thinking.
to turn athletics into business, people need to understand when you turn things into business, business is cruel.
Yeah.
Business is dog-eat-dog world.
You know that firsthand.
Yes.
Grocery store business is a war.
Yeah, if you want to get into the business of having business, guess what? Business ain't good for everybody.
Yeah. But it's very competitive, to say the least, is it not?
It's very competitive.
The grocery store business?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know who else sells all these things in here?
Your
Other
competition.
grocery stores, superstores, Dollar Generals, convenience stores.
Yeah.
Everybody has 2 liter Cokes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Amen. So, anyway, that's what's going on in the world of college sports in which we live. So, it ain't going to change till Tom's done ranting and raving about it. So, sell me some groceries before we get out of here, would you please?
But you feel a little better now that you got that off your chest.
Here's what scares me. This is what scares me. And it does scare me. The work ethic of our young people. Okay. If I can't be successful and have a great ball game, I just won't play that team. What? I just can't. Our work ethic is in trouble, Hoss.
It's in dire straits.
And you know that because we can't get anybody to come work.
Yeah, it's.
And so we're not. If we're going to play a team that I don't think I'm going to have a good game against, I'm just not going to play against them. I'm not going to play that game.
Amen.
Just don't. Anyway, go ahead and sell some groceries, sir, would you please?
Well, Lord, I got to sell some groceries, everybody, before he gets so upset.
No, I'm not going to get upset.
He storms out of here.
No, I'm not. It ain't going to bother me. We are.
Shoot.
The work ethic for this country, doggies. All right. By the way, 7:44 to go to halftime. Kentucky leads Clemson 14-10 in the Gator Bowl.
Ooh, it's a good game.
Yeah, so,
Darn.
all right. Sell some groceries, and I'm going to get on out of here.
Deals for days last 2 days. Today and tomorrow. Deals for days.
Deals for days.
Boston butt are $1.49 a pound. Our 10-pound russet potatoes are $3.99 a pound. We got our Nature's Best cooked shrimp. That's a 41.50 count, which is a bigger shrimp. $13.99 for a 2-pound bag. We also got some sea-pack shrimp. That's in the frozen. It's already cooked as well. The 9 to 20 ounce package is $5.99. Blueberries, $2.99 a pint. Over in our Baker Deli, dozen chocolate chip cookies, $2.99 each.
If I bought the blueberries, I'm dying for somebody to make me some blueberry pancakes. Love them. If I bought the blueberries, would you make them?
Well, you can buy them, and I can attempt to make them.
Well, Mrs. Strickland, can she make blueberry pancakes?
You can just buy that mix and pour and shake it up.
It tastes better when it's made blueberry pancakes.
Well, I'm not making anything from scratch.
What about lasagna? I love lasagna.
People don't do that anymore, Tom.
You make lasagna?
I have.
Yeah. I'm hankering for some lasagna.
It's not that hard to make, actually. If I can make it, it ain't hard to make.
All right.
I'm an idiot.
24-pack
Coca-Cola is $8.99 each.
Tell you what I'm going to do. Elizabethton plays Dobbinsville at Tuesday night. I don't think we're going to win that game, so I'm just not going to go do it. That's what we just heard. Florida State opted out, so you know what? I'm going to pick and choose. If I don't think we have a chance to win the game, I'm just not going to do it.
And then you might not get paid.
There you go. That's my whole point.
Well,
I'd cut that scholarship off, boys.
That's what I think. And in years to come, something will come to pass that it's going to start getting in people's pocketbooks. I mean, if you look what the ESPN's struggling mightily.
Yeah.
Sports channel.
Oh, yeah.
And Disney's trying to get rid of them every chance they get.
Trying to dump them, yep.
And a lot of the cord cutting's happening. Like, cable networks are struggling, really bad.
Yeah.
Because the cable companies kept charging, and now I cut my cable.
Yeah.
I stream everything I got now.
I don't have one either.
So, eventually the customer's voice is heard.
That's the mentality where I'm at.
Eventually the customer's voice is going to be heard, and eventually there's not going to be money for all this college athletics like has been there for years and years and years.
But that's the mentality. I'm going down the schedule and go, okay, we play DB on Tuesday. I don't think we're going to be able to win. I'm not going to do that game. So
better sit out.
That's what
They got a
Florida
good
State.
player.
Yeah, they got a good player. That's
He
what
might-
Joe Milton said.
She might shut me down.
Now, the next game we play Bodunk Tech. I'll do that because we can kill them. We'll look good. I'll call that game. This game down through here, let me think. This one here, we're getting ready to go play, I don't know, somebody. Oak Hill Academy. I'm not going to do that one.
You know, something else that kind of
That just
should
blows
hurt
my mind.
people is, you know, that's a pretty selfish decision. You're
Oh.
there to win the game for the team.
Absolutely. Preach it.
I wanted to win for the
For
team.
my buddies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all wanted to win. If I got 10 points and we won, yay.
Yep.
If I got 20 points and we lost, I felt like garbage.
Yep.
Because I wanted to win.
Wanted to win.
We wanted the team to win.
The Raiders
Where's
just win,
that?
baby.
Where's that at?
It's not.
Where's the? I want to win a game.
See, I've got so nervous and tore up here. I broke into these things. I'm eating them now.
Good Lord, people,
I
we
just-
got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
He's starting to become a menace.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down and cherry pick the games I think Elizabethton can win. And if they can't, I'm going to pull Joe Milton and go, I'm just not going to go do it. Florida State, we're not playing in the playoffs. I'm mad. I'm just not going to play.
Just don't do it. But on the other hand,
There is no other hand. Sorry. There is no other hand.
oh goodness.
Steve Strickler's the
But
store manager at Food
listen,
City.
The scouts and the people in the NFL that's looking at these players,
Uh-huh.
they take those things into consideration. They look at those things. Oh, Joe Milton beat Vanderbilt. Nobody cares that Joe Milton beat Vanderbilt.
Right.
They ain't a scout in the NFL says, good job, Joe. You scored a bunch of touchdowns against Vanderbilt.
You know what I said after that game? And I got no qualms with Joe Milton, so I'm not on a witch hunt for
Yeah,
this guy.
it's any quarterback.
But he was blown there. Oh, what a great job against Vanderbilt. Okay. Where was he against Missouri? I didn't see him show up against Missouri. Where was he against Alabama, the big
What
boys?
happened against, what was that debacle in Florida?
Yeah. So we pick and shoot? Okay. Shut up, Tom. All right. Got any more groceries? Would you please make me some blueberry pancakes at the bottom?
At your local Food City, we'll be making blueberry pancakes for all those.
Hey, we could do that.
Just,
The next time I was here, if we get one of those little griddles, could we make pancakes on the air? Pour it on.
Well, we got a fully functioning kitchen back there. We can make a.
Oh, let's do it. Next time I'm
Yeah.
here, let's do some blueberry pancakes.
All right,
I'll buy the
everybody.
batter.
We're gonna have stupid blueberry pancakes for Tom Taylor next time he's here.
When am I coming? Come back next month, aren't I?
Sure.
Okay.
On Blueberry Pancake Day.
If I want to, but if I think it's going to be a bad show, I'm not coming. So I'm
Well,
just,
you're gonna opt out on me.
I'm going to opt out because I don't want to come. I think that's going to be a bad
And
show.
if you opt out here, we will cut your NIL. That check is getting
Zapped.
slashed.
All right.
Our Food City dozen and a half eggs, the 18 count, are 2 for $5 today.
That's a great segue.
Our Lux,
You're screaming, you turn around and go, and our Food City eggs,
our
good one.
pinto beans, and all our variety of Lux beans today are 69 cents. That includes black eyed peas. So all you folks that need to hurry up and get your black eyed peas and your cabbage and your hog jaw. And
For good luck.
is there anything else you get?
Blueberry pancakes. For good luck.
Blueberry pancakes. You eat all those things on the first, and you'll have a prosperous year.
Yes.
So says the great Tom Taylor.
There you go.
Pizza rolls for your party the night before New Year's, and you have them black eyed peas. You can get some Totino's pizza rolls, 48 count for $7.49.
All right, now let me ask you a dumb question. Can you put them in a microwave?
Yes.
You can?
They're not as good,
Yeah.
but you can.
All right. I'm by myself. I'm a
like 'em.
microwave guy.
I like them a little toasty in the oven.
Yeah. Tostinos.
Yeah, they're a little better.
But you can nuke them in a microwave.
You can.
All right. So, may get me some of those.
This man's too lazy to make pancakes, but he'll pop in pizza rolls.
There you go.
Gordo's cheese dip, $3.99. We have 3 varieties: original, hot, and jalapeno. I think it's even hotter, mild and hot. And our on the border chips they're both $3.99 each. That's a great party item for your New Year's festivities. The Willie's salsa and the
Willie's.
Fresh Creations dip, both of those are 2 for $5 a day. So
Willie's.
all our bakery delis have tons of party trays out. We call them octagons, a smaller version of our party trays out with all those chicken croissants, veg, fruit, all those kinds of party things, meatballs,
cheese balls,
wings, cheese balls. You're your party supplier.
Oh yeah.
So come
Party
over to our Baker
headquarters.
Deli. You've got right behind you can see tons and tons of party things for your get-togethers. We do sell wine all throughout this holiday. We can in the state of Tennessee, lots of beer, lots of drinks, ales, sparkling ciders, all those things. Anything you need for your party, come here.
There you go.
We will hook you up.
Food City in Jonesboro.
And we do not ever opt out on a day of work.
No.
We come in.
Here we go. Let's
We're
sing.
here.
Let's sing the jingle. Value every day.
Food City.
There you go. So when I come back next month,
we're making
some blueberry pancakes on the air
with blueberries.
Oh baby, a little bit of syrup. Got a little bit of syrup.
You got to have syrup too.
And
What we talk about is the Super Bowl and basketball.
There you go.
So you'll get off your
high horse.
You'll get off your kick about NIL and transfers and opting out.
We'll go.
College football isn't a crossroads. I mean, they're in a crossroads. Right?
College sports is a crossroads.
Well,
I'll take you one step further. This country's
the
at a crossroads.
football is the big money. It's the big driver and all that.
Yeah.
If they don't get, some things fixed, it could get ugly.
Yeah. There you go. I'll see you next month.
Yes.
No, you didn't do it. All right. We'll be right back after this. We'll sayonara you right after this time out from one of our great sponsors, the good folks at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church.
This is Pastor Mark Fowler, and we want to invite you to be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church sometime soon. And we're thankful for what God is doing, and we've had visitors almost every week. We have so many people that God is using His Word to accomplish a work in their life. And we want you to come. I think about our society today, and there's a lot of talk about the negative aspects and generations and what's missing and what we're going to do and how do we face this social issue and how do we face that social issue. And that is always the buzz. And if we're not careful, we talk like God doesn't have an answer. 2 Timothy chapter 3 we looked at the other night together in our church, and it reminds us that yes, in the last days there's going to be some difficult things come, dangerous times, but the antidote is always God's Word. And so what we're trying to do is to provide Bible answers for today's tough questions. And we're building Believers by the Book. So we want your family to come. We're thankful to have a Sunday school hour and a junior church and master clubs and a youth group and all those things going on. But what we're trying to accomplish is to get the Word of God into the hearts and minds of God's people.
We're back, and we're going to say goodbye. Thanks again to our guest, Jeff Beverly, and store manager Steve Strickler. We will be back with you on Tuesday. Jan 2 will be ready to go. From Port Travis Deli in Elizabethton for a brand new week. We're at show number 1991. We're 9 away from 2000. We have a big celebration. And Emmy's working on that, and we're very excited about that. So we'll have more details on that on Tuesday. Have a great New Year's. Be sure, as Steve said, and get all your needs taken care of in the grocery store world from Food City. Value every day. Food City. We'll see you back here on January the 2nd, 11 o'clock from Port Travis Deli with a brand new year. Got some new things coming to jazz up the show. We're very excited about that. And so we'll show that and kind of unveil that, we hope, on Tuesday of next week. Take care. We'll do as always. Bloom where you're planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Did I give the verse today? I don't know. Like that man's hat right there. Got a kind of an Indiana Jones looking hat. Steve has some great shoppers, great customers down here. Let me give you the verse today, and we're going to be out of here. It goes like this. It says, how about this? James 1:27 says, religious worship that is pure and unblemished in the sight of God is this, to visit and help and take care of the orphans and widows in their affliction and need, and to keep oneself unspoiled, uncontaminated, and from being polluted by the world. We got to take care of the orphans and the widows. They need us, and they do. So that's one of our jobs, to take care of them, and we try to do that. All right, we'll see you back here on Tuesday. Have a great New Year, almost at the 4th of July. Have a great New Year's weekend, and enjoy the NFL. Cheer for the Raiders on Sunday. Big football game tomorrow night. Cowboys in Detroit from Big D. Big one tomorrow night. And then Baltimore, Miami on Sunday in Baltimore. Those are two biggies. Playoff preview games, no question. See you back here Tuesday. Have a great New Year's weekend. Thanks.